DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. It's Sunday afternoon, and I am relaxing on the porch. Actually, I'm even going to have to put on the sunglasses. It's not that it's very sunny, but if you've noticed somehow, just the glare kind of gets in the way, doesn't it, at times? I'm looking at how the microphone's okay, because I came to put on my earbuds, and it's very annoying with earbuds. Very often, depending on the days, I don't know what it is, the right earbud, well, had no charge, and so that becomes very annoying because you put it in and it goes boom, 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 boom. And I really don't like doing things with just one earbud. I find it actually rather annoying. Oh, it is a kind of a cloudy day, but as you can see, we're actually, well, Mrs. DC just went in now, but it is warm. It is like 12 degrees Celsius. That's quite warm. And there isn't much wind right now. So, yeah, I mean, we're enjoying it. I had made a green curry chicken, and it was nice and spicy. A lot of heat, like I like it. There was no kids, so I made it. I made it my style because I like spicy food. But when you got family or children, you kind of tone it down usually. But this time I didn't, so it was like the way I like it. It was nice. It really was. So yeah, and I went with a friend 2 weeks ago. We had been planning this for, oh goodness sakes, over a year before we actually found a date to just go and have a meal together. So he said, why don't we go to a place where they have Thailand style curries? And I said, okay, that's nice. I like curries a lot. And we ate there. It was very good, but like I realized, I said to Mrs. DC, I make my curries are just as good as restaurant curries, and at a fraction of the price. So I thought I'm going to make a green curry, green curry chicken, and it was really nice. And like I say, a fraction of the price. And frankly, it was pretty much identical. And I mean by pretty much, I wouldn't have said one was better than the other. So these are rather liquid curries. Sometimes they're more thick. And they also make the Penang curry, so that's kind of red. And I might do that the next one. That's a curry that also has unsweetened peanut butter in it, and of course you have like the Thai basil leaves and different Pacific spices, which you have to get at specialty stores for some of them. But yeah, and this time I think when I make the Penang curry, it'll be with shrimp. Anyway, things for the future. It's Swiss white wine, if you were wondering. Not an expensive bottle, but actually it was quite nice. Oh, we had a car problem again. I'm really annoyed. 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, our battery, the car battery, decided to give up the ghost. Well, actually, we knew it was going to happen. It was pretty much. I was going to say it was pretty much. It was an old battery, and it was done, and we were waiting for that to happen, and it happened. Okay, that's an expense. But then yesterday, we're Sunday, so it was Friday. Mrs. DC had to go to an appointment, and she was parked in an underground parking. And Friday morning, she calls me up and she says the car doesn't start. And I said, well, did it do like when the battery's dead? It shouldn't be. It's a new battery, but you never know. And I said, did it go ee? And she said, no, it just did nothing. So, well, it doesn't sound like the battery. And so we have our car is an Opel. If you're in the UK, that's a Vauxhall. And when you do your yearly service, you get like kind of a membership to automobile club. So she called up the automobile club, and they came over and they said, well, it looks like it might be the starter. It's not the battery. The battery is fully charged, which kind of made sense. And so she was towed to the garage, and this is where I get annoyed, because the car is about 10 years old, and it's a part of the electronics that's creating the problem. They were able to get it to start again, but right now they were trying to recreate the error. And it's part of, basically, I was going to say, the electronic brain of modern cars. And if you speak to any older mechanic, they always say that the bane of a car mechanic now is that you don't repair a car, you plug it into a computer when it comes into the garage to check where the problem is. Well, this is where I say I'm getting annoyed. It's because these parts are difficult to find these days. So they have to send them to people that will check the electronics and basically reset the whole electronics. So it was up to the point where we had to give both set of keys, because it might have to be reprogrammed. And the lady who was the head of the garage over there, she said to us, I know, she said, when you think about it, if it had been the actual starter, it would have been a simple thing. But she says in today's cars, it's electronics. And all of a sudden it's become, on the one hand, more simple, but when something goes wrong, it's often more complicated. Maybe some of you who are my age remember when we used to deal with a carburetor. When you had problems with starting a car. I mean, I even knew how to do that, to give it more oxygen or something like that. I had a clothespin which I kept in the car to kind of keep the carburetor flap, to keep it kind of open, to have more oxygen and stuff like that. I don't even know if I know where the carburetor is in a car today. Do cars have carburetors today? No, you see what I'm getting at, is that even non-mechanical people like myself were able to do a certain amount of things on a car in the old days. I mean, but today, even the old guys, they say, well, we've got to learn computing as much as learning how to repair a car. Anyway, that's just the way it is. I guess it's supposedly called progress, but sometimes you wonder. And yet I shouldn't complain about progress. Look at what I'm doing. I'm talking into my phone, which will go onto my computer and will be online. I guess that is progress in a way. Oh well. Anyway, is that all for today? I think it is. I've probably spoken enough, and let's try and keep it under 10 minutes for once. BC signing off. Take care, everybody, and have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.